Kankakee River State Park, Chippewa Campground. The gates are closed, so I'm going to do a walkthrough video, but give you a little bit of an idea what it's like here. That is a campground map. Figure take a little video of it, let people pause on it, look at the site numbers if they choose. Alright, straight in is campsite number 1. That is straight in from the entrance. That right there, pretty much right across from it, right next to the entrance, is site 2, decent length site, fire pit back in the back. This is site 3, that is one of your 2 campground host sites. Another campground host site, site 4. Site 5, right across from it. This is site 6. And these back up 6, 8, 10, 11, and 12 all back up to the road, but you can see the cars driving by back there. Site 7 is right across from it. You have site 8 here. Another thing I should point out back there, if you can see it, there is a bike path back there and a swing set. Site 9 is right across from site 8. This is site 10, decent length site. Looks like you'd probably get a decent amount of shade normally, and again, swing set right behind it. As information, normally I don't include kids, but that is my daughter back there, so that's why I'm not avoiding it. Site 11, back between 2 trees, decent length and width site, and site 12. This is site 13. This is the roads right back there on the other side of those trees. So this is the first one where you're getting away from the road a little bit. And then you got vault toilets right here next to you. And another set right down there. As information, there are no shower houses, flush toilets, anything like that here. It's a pretty primitive campground. All you have is vault toilets. Okay, we turn the corner here. We're going through the center of the campground. This is site 14. You got a pavilion right there. Swings off in the background if you can see them. Site 15, right across from it. Another decent length site. Got the vault toilet there. Vault toilet there. I didn't point it out, but you got garbage right there. Site 16. Again with the pavilion behind it. Good length site. A little more open. Alright, this is site 17. It is currently closed. I'm guessing the electric isn't working, but this is site 17. Right across from it is site 18. Good length site. Got a decent amount of room behind you if you have kids that want to run around. Site 19. Another one that is currently closed with the fire pit blocking the way, but that's site 19. Site 20, decent length site. '21 is also closed. Site 22, a little bit of a shorter site, but you could probably still get a decent sized travel trailer in there. Site 23. This one's closed as well. I think all the odd number ones are closed down this whole section, so I'm going to quit saying they're closed, but the odd numbers through here all say closed. This is site 24. Site 25. Site 27. Nice paved site. Site 26. Right next to it, Site 28. Across from 28, you got site 29. You do have a water spigot back there, and I bet that water spigot is turned off because it's tagged. But it's also early March, so it might just be tagged for the winter. Site 30. Pretty much straight in from the entrance. You just got to go to the middle of the campground. Site 31. Site 32. And I will say, if it bothers you, a lot of these sites do have the grass or weeds growing up through the gravel. I was back here mid-season last year, and they were all the same way. Personally, I don't see an issue with it, but they do have a lot of weeds growing up through the gravel. Site 33. Site 34. Nice handicap site. Site 36 right next to it. Site 35. Good length site. Plenty of sunshine. You're not gonna get any shade here, but nice site. Site 37. Again, smaller trees over here. Eventually you'll probably get plenty of shade, but for the next few years, definitely not. The last handicap site here in the middle of the campground, site 38. And actually, this one is not tagged handicapped. So you might get lucky and be able to get a nice paved site for the average user, no handicap requirement that I see. Site 39. This one, you will have morning shade. When the tree fills in, when there's leaves on it. Probably not any afternoon or midday shade. Site 40. And site 40 here, there's actually two water spigots right next to each other. Site 41. Here you'll have this tree giving you plenty of afternoon shade, that one giving you plenty of midday shade. Morning, you'll probably have the sun hitting you, but that'll help wake you up. Site 42 and 44 right next to it. Both good sites. Right across from that is site 43, 45, site 46, site 47 here on the corner. Again, no midday shade. Might have some afternoon and morning shade. Okay, I'm back at the other side of the campground. That's where you first drive in over there, drive along the road, come by the two porta potties. That is the path that I just walked that goes through the middle of the campground. Now I'm gonna go straight ahead, starting with site 61. This is if you just follow that outside loop. So site 61, surrounded by trees, plenty of shade all day. This is site 62. Site 63. You're backed up against the woods and you're starting to see the river back there. This is site 64. First campsite that actually backs up to the river. And just to show the view, this is behind that campsite. There's a little trail back here. Goes back through the woods that you see. But it is a fairly steep drop off back here, so there's probably a place to get down to the river, but right here ain't it. Site 65, another nice paved site backing up to the river. Site 66. Site 67. Site 68. Site 69. Site 70. There is a water spigot right there, but what I just noticed is this section that I'm walking now, none of them have electric. So the first two rows I did have electricity. This does not. Site 69 is right across from it. Site 72. Site 71. And then 73 right next to that. Good length paved site. Again, site 73. Site 74. Site 75. Site 76. This is site 77. And my daughters here just came up from another trail that takes you down by the river. Site 79. Again, backs up to the river. Site 79. Site 78. There's across from that. 80 is right next to it with the water spigot that's tagged behind that. Again, it's early March, so it could just be for the winter. Site 81. Site 82. Good length site. Again, just kind of covered in grass. It does have some low-hanging branches here that I would put money on at the top of my camper would be dragging those. So I wouldn't do a site 82 if you got a decent height camper. Site 83. Backing up to the river. Decent length site. Plenty of sun here. Site 84 is towards the inside. Site 85 with vault toilets back in the back. Garbage right out by the street. Site 85. Site 86 is right across from it. Plenty of morning and early day sun. Site 87 right across from the garbage cans. Either handy or as a negative, however you view it. Site 88. Got a light behind you. Don't know if that's going to be a pro or a con, but you got a light behind you for site 88. Site 89. Site 90. Site 91. Site 92. Probably going to have sun all day long at this one. Site 93 backs up towards the river, but you can't even see the water from here. Site 94. This is the back corner of the campground. Site 94. Right next to it, Site 95. Site 97. Right here, pretty much all together. Got site 98 there in the background, but I'm gonna come back to that. Right across from all those is site 96, towards the inside of the campground. As promised, this paved site, site 98, coming back to. So that's site 98. And then you jump to site 48. Site 48 is right next to it. Man, my wife just pointed out, this is the first site on this outer ring where you again have electric. So site 48 does have electric, that paved site does not. Site 49. Site 50. Site 50. Oh, my bad. Site 51. Site 50 is behind me. So this is site 51. Site 52 with the trail going off behind you. Site 52. These do not have electric again. So I think just the ones in that middle row have electric. This is site 54. Site 55. Site 56. Site 57. Backed up against the road and the bike trail. Site 58. Again, neither of these have electric. Site 59. Paved, handicap. Does have electric. Right across from the vault toilets. Also right by the dump station and garbage. And also right by the dump station, garbage, and vault toilets. Site 60. Very wide paved site. And finally, right back here at the entrance at the tail end of the campground, walking through, got garbage and the dump station. There is a sign here that says if you are not a camper, the dump station is okay to use. Costs you $5, you pay the campground host. Okay, just going back to the map here. Site 61 all the way through 48 do not have electric. If you look on here, site 15, 20, 25, 30, 32, a lot of these have little lightning bolts showing they have electric, but I think most of these do have electric through here. But I'd check before I came, or look in the video, see if you see a power pedestal. I wish I was looking better the whole time. But site 61 through 98 and then site 48 definitely do not have electric, and all against that back row. But I think most of them in the middle and on the first row out by the road do have electricity.